We are the most complex species on this planet. To know the answers, here we're gonna unfold the 13 billion years of universe, from Big Bang to human conscious. Let the game begin. The beginning of the cosmic dance. The infinite expansion happened in a millionth fraction of a second. From here, space, time, matter, and gravity came into existence. Universe was filled with neutrons, protons, electrons, anti-electrons, photons, and neutrinos. Everything required to form galaxies. What a magnificent cosmic symphony it is, isn't it? Some stars are big enough to go supernova. At the outskirts of the Milky Way, material from supernova end up mixed with the nebular material to form the new stars. It also helped to trigger a solar system formation 5 billion years ago. A star formed, known as the Sun. 4.5 billion years ago, Mother Earth appears. Thigh-named planet-sized body collapsed with the Earth. Lead to the creation of Moon, our natural cosmic satellite. Earth was on its primordial state. Then after millions of years, eventually the climate on Earth became more stable instead of molten state. The Earth started to cool down, water vapor condensed to form ocean. And the first life began. Photosynthetic organism came into existence between 3.2 and 2.4 billion years ago. The evolution of human being. Here I choose Vedic Sanatan theory of Dashavatara over Darwin's evolution theory because of its dynamic concept behind it. Sanatan Dharma, most ancient with logical scientific way of lifestyle human could live up to attain high conscious. To break down this theory, first we have to know about the Nitya Vishnu. Nitya is Sanskrit word known as the eternal Vishnu. It is believed to be that when eternal Vishnu exhale, universe appear with the lifespan of 133 trillion and 40 billion earth years. And in the end, inhale nothing remains. Quite convincing for me. Every galaxy have its own Vishnu with his consort to balance the dharma. The saga of Dashavatara, the first holy manifestation known as Matsya, first stage evolution of life, originated in water and happened during Cambrian period. Second holy manifestation known as Kurma Avatar, tortoise, amphibian, represents the transition of life from aquatics to the amphibians, capable to live both in water and on land. Third holy manifestation known as Vara Avatar, a boar, represents the transition from amphibian to terrestrial beings. Fourth holy manifestation known as Narsimha Avatar, half man, half animal, semi-human primates, represents the transition from animal to humans. Fifth holy manifestation known as Vamna Avatar, a dwarf man Neanderthal who was shorter than modern human being. It represents the complete transition into human from appearance of early Homo sapiens. Sixth holy manifestation known as Parshuram Avatar, man with an axe, belongs to an Iron Age Homo sapien, tall but violent, savage, wielding weapons, walked on earth. The evolution of Darwin theory ends here. That's why I haven't chosen it, because it only represents biological evolution, not self-realization and higher conscious of human being. Seventh holy manifestation known as Lord Rama, perfect human, virtuous man, great example of courage and morality, and man of his words, promise keeper, never goes back on his words. God conscious. Eighth holy manifestation, a complete incarnation of Lord Vishnu, known as Shri Krishna, with 16 divine qualities, philosophical man, cosmic conscious, originated the Bhagavad Gita and the teacher of the world. The ninth holy manifestation known as Buddha Avatara, spiritual man closest to nirvana, moksha or salvation, a consciousness away from heaven and hell, which seeks moksha from birth and death life cycle. Legend says this avatar is yet to come in future, will be known as Kalki, to bring balance in galaxy. It will be something like this.
हकीकत बनाओ।
Now let's take a look on brain. After billion years of evolution, it consists 100 billion neurons, same number as stars in our Milky Way, that transmit the information from neuron throughout the brain and body. And now we're gonna see how human utilized it to do great and terrible things. But there is dark side of it also exists. Depression and anxiety, psychological disorder, which makes this complex organic mechanism against the host. So how do human get trapped in it? To get our scientific logical answer, need to understand the brain's chemistry. Neurotransmitters are the chemical which neurons use to communicate with one another, and the process is known as synaptic neurotransmission. There are 60,000 types of neurotransmitters discovered, but few well studied by scientists. Those are acetylcholine, dopamine, glutamate, serotonin, norepinephrine, gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, oxytocin, endorphin. Those all are responsible for physical and psychological equilibrium. I would not elaborate it because we require only four. And I'm choosing dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphin. Dopamine is associated with pleasurable sensation, which comes from food, music, sex. The deficiency of dopamine may lead to the certain medical condition like depression and Parkinson disease. Serotonin related to your mood. Normal level of serotonin makes subject feel happier and calmer. The deficiency of serotonin symptoms are anxiety, depressed mood, aggression, impulsive behavior. Oxytocin associated with empathy, trust, relationship building, sexual activity, childbirth, breastfeeding. Oxytocin level increase during hugging and orgasm. Lack of oxytocin subject will not feel as connected to others, and anxiety and fear. Endorphin diminishes the perception of pain, natural painkiller. Naturally high level of it found in athlete. Euphoria. Deficiency of endorphin makes subject depressed, addictive, and trouble to sleep. Once Krishna said, "You are what you believe in. You become that which you believe you can become." According to Dr. Bruce Lipton, our thoughts become translated into chemistry. Whether they are right or wrong, your thoughts are changing your biology and chemistry. Empirical study says epigenetic modification are thought to be biological mechanism for transgenerational. Same what Krishna said. Study says signal from your brain can cause 90% of disease, remaining 10% due to genetic defect or deficiency of protein in your body. Our thoughts translated into chemistry of brain and releases the neurotransmitter which interfere with the flow of information from central nervous system to cells, lead to the malfunctioning of body physically and psychologically. If we believe we are under stress, we manifest stress in our physiology even though environment we live in is not really promoting it. And our disease caused by thought is not because the person's physically and psychologically ill, is defective because the signal is inappropriate. Now, why humans suffer? For this, we have to differentiate between two different ideologies, Western and Eastern. Western philosophies act is driven by fruit. Eastern philosophy act without expectation of fruit. Krishna says, I'm gonna tell you with example. Suppose two individuals. First represent Western philosophy, second represents Eastern philosophy. First representer doing karma for fruit. So it's clear the concentration will be on fruit. Where human concentration goes, behind it energy flows. So the limited energy will be wasted in daydreaming of fruit. Time as well also. It will drop down the productivity and efficiency probability of desired result. And we all are aware from the harsh reality. Not always human gets what he/she desire. If desired fruit occurs, then it's okay. If desired result didn't come, according to Western ideology, his and her expectation and unfulfilled desire leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering, and suffering leads to depression, and depression leads to unnatural act. So according to science, what happened here? Subject wants the pleasure of fruit, the rush of dopamine, and the lack of unfulfilled desire and negative thoughts. And according to empirical, where thoughts translated into chemistry of brain will lead the deficiency of dopamine, and subject will face depression, and prolonging of it will lead to deficiency of serotonin, oxytocin, endorphin, and with all together state of equilibrium will lost, and this will make subject incapable to live natural healthy life. And the person with Eastern ideology will act without the expectation of fruit. Concentration and energy flow will be focused on karma work. Productivity and efficiency will be upgraded. Probability of result will increase by huge numbers because the subject haven't wasted time and energy in daydreaming. In the end, it is not required the desired result will occur, but it will not affect the subject because on another hand he haven't done it for fruit, so ending consequences will not affect indirectly or directly. Whatever the result will be, subject would not mind because from the first place he haven't done it for fruit. He completed his duty of act. So whatever cosmos give will be accepted. This is what Krishna calls Sthiti Pragya. We have seen both have done same karma with different ideology. Choose yours wisely.